Okay. All right. I'm nervous. Okay. Hi guys. This is going to be a little bit of a different video. This is definitely probably going to be the most serious video that I ever post on my YouTube channel, but it is an important video to me, and I have been waiting and planning on making this video for a long time. So we are going to talk about what I want to talk about today, which is why and how I started doing YouTube. So for a little bit of context, I'm going to put a picture right here. This is a picture of me in 7th grade when I was 13 years old. So yeah, right here. This was in 2016. The end of my 7th grade year in middle school, like the end of 7th grade, I started losing weight. The important thing to know. I started losing weight, and in the summer between 7th and 8th grade, before I started 8th grade, I lost let me go back. I'm bad at this. I can't. At this point, I was about 185 pounds, which was like the heaviest I've ever weighed. So that was that. And then over the summer, I lost about 65 pounds in a 3.5 month period. So from about the last 2 weeks of May until the end of summer, I was like really committed to losing weight. And basically how I lost so much weight so quickly is I was basically going to the gym every single day without fail. I never missed once in that 3.5 months, just doing cardio basically. And I was eating practically nothing at all. So like 200 to 400 calories of fruits and vegetables a day, which obviously is extremely unhealthy. And it was a really big problem. I was eating nothing. I would wake up and I would eat like some fruit. Then I would wait several hours, maybe eat like some vegetables, maybe have like a few crackers or something, and then that would be like 300 less, like 200 something calories, and then I would work out and burn like 700 and not eat anything really after. So it was a really big problem. And in that time, I developed a lot of problems and just developed a really bad relationship with food and nutrition in general. So during that time, my family got really worried about me, especially my mom. She was really worried, and they could all tell that I was not losing weight in a healthy way. When I started losing weight, my goal was to get to 130 pounds. And when I reached that, I was really happy, but at that point, I was so far gone into the wanting to lose weight that I just kept losing more and more. And I ended up getting all the way down to 115 pounds, which is the lowest weight that I have ever been. So, like, obviously in that time, not ever in my life. When I was younger, I obviously weighed less. At that time, for my height, that was underweight. So this right here, I'll put it right here, is a picture of me when I entered 8th grade. That is what I looked like, and at this point I was about 115 pounds. So let me explain just like a little bit about what being underweight is like. So for me, I would constantly always have headaches, was never without them, because obviously I wasn't eating enough and I was not getting enough nutrition to my body and my brain, and my body was not functioning properly. I was always cold. It could be 100 degrees out, it could be 30 degrees out. It didn't matter where I was, it didn't matter how hot or how cold. I was always freezing because I did not have enough fat on my body to warm myself up. So I was always wearing a jacket or a sweatshirt or something. I was usually always pretty much dizzy, a little bit faint when I would work out or, do a sport, because I play, at my school, I play basketball, volleyball, lacrosse, I run. I used to play competitive club soccer, so I was doing a lot of activity, and then I was also doing working out every single day. And I came pretty close a couple of times to passing out because I had zero food in my body. My body could not function, could not be doing that amount of activity without any nutrition in my body, and that was obviously a big problem. When I started school, you know, obviously I looked completely different. I didn't look like I looked when I had left. I hadn't really seen anybody over the summer. I basically just focused on losing weight, and that was like the whole thing. And I had a few of my friends at school, like they would notice. I would be at lunch and I would be eating absolutely nothing, maybe like a cup of fruit or like just a drink or something like that. Like my friends, my family were starting to take notice of it. And when I reached 115 pounds, I was at this point 14 years old because my birthday's in September. And so my mom decided to take me to an endocrinologist. I went and visited her, and so basically what the doctor told me in blunt terms was that I needed to gain weight. So obviously for someone who was extremely specific about what I was eating, what I was putting in my body, how much I was working out, somebody telling me that I needed to gain weight was really hard for me. So I went through 8th grade, I was trying really hard. My doctor said try to gain 5 pounds. So I was at 115, she said try to get to 120. I finished 8th grade, and by about the end of 8th grade, starting summer, I was at about 118 to 120 pounds. I was kind of bouncing around those numbers. So I had gained a little bit of weight. So that for me was at that time a huge milestone because gaining weight at all had been really good and I really didn't like doing that. So I was actually really proud of myself for doing that. So the summer between 8th and 9th grade, I was like, okay. I was doing okay with my weight. You know, I was still really very specific about food, and I was still really watching everything I ate. But, you know, mentally and physically, I was doing okay. I was doing better. I was eating a little bit more, so I wasn't anymore getting like so dizzy and so faint and stuff like that. So things were better for sure. About halfway through August, right before I started high school, 9th grade, I started to get really sad and depressed. Like really sad and depressed. And I didn't really know what was going on. And then I started 9th grade, and I entered pretty much the worst bout of depression and sadness I have ever had in my life. From about midway through August to midway through October, I was completely checked out of life, I think. I was really not hanging out with my family, wasn't hanging out with my friends, wasn't really paying attention to school very much. I would start crying at random times in the day and be calling my mom and being like, I'm so upset. She'd be like, what's wrong? Like, what happened? And I'd be like, nothing. And I'd just be crying like a couple times a day. I would just break down crying in the middle of school, and I would like run to the bathroom, and it was really bad. So at the end of August, beginning of August, sometime in August, I was feeling really bored and really sad. And so I just wanted something to distract myself. Literally anything, just something to do to get my mind off of things, to make me feel maybe a little bit better, and just to distract my brain and something creative. And so I was on YouTube, and I decided, frick it. I was like, I'm gonna make a YouTube video. I think my first video I ever made was, I think I went to like the Humane Society to go look at cats with my sister. I think I used iMovie to edit it, and on my phone, I think, and it was like just thrown together, and I just took a video of it, like I just did it and I posted it, and I was like, whatever, and I just threw it out there. And I didn't tell my family, I didn't tell my friends, like nobody knew I was doing it, and I literally was just doing it because I needed something to do to get my mind off of everything that was going on. After I posted it, I was like kind of like excited and like wondering like what would, like I was just like having fun. It was good, and for the first time in a while I felt kind of like excited and happy, and that was like a really foreign feeling at the time because I hadn't felt that in a while, like that level of excitement and stuff. So I was very excited about that. I liked it, so I was like, okay. And so then I made another one, and 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 2 years later, here we are. After I started posting, I think it was about November, somebody at my school, one of my friends, she found it, and she was like, oh my god, like, are you doing YouTube? And I was kind of nervous because I was like, people might think this is like kind of weird, but I was like, whatever. I was like, it makes me happy, I have fun doing it. I was like, whatever. My friends, my family were really cool about it. They thought it was cool, and I had a lot of fun with it. And it was really awesome because once my friends found out, I got to make videos with them, and then I started making videos with my family, and taking videos of my trips, and just doing vlogs of my day and like things I was doing. and I started getting a little bit more serious about it. I got like nicer editing software and like a camera and like a ring light and stuff like that, and I started doing it like more often, and I just found it was something super fun for me to do, and I loved it, so I just kept doing it. So recently, like a month and a half ago, like 2 months ago about, I celebrated being on YouTube for 2 years. To this day, I still just do it for fun and just because it makes me happy, and it's still just, if I'm ever feeling stressed out or anxious or down or anything like that, making a YouTube video or editing one or just anything like that always makes me feel better. It's super fun. I love doing it. I don't know. But it has helped me immensely with, you know, when I was struggling with, you know, anxiety or depression or my food issues or anything like that, and it's honestly one of the best things I've ever done. I'm so glad that I decided to do it, and I hope to continue doing it for a really long time. And I love it. But basically, in conclusion, I have been wanting to make this video for a while because this past 4 years that I've been doing this whole thing, from when I started losing weight in 7th grade to now, I've changed a lot. I'm obviously a lot different now. My style, my personality, just so many things about myself have changed. I've just grown up a lot and changed a lot. And of course, I still face a lot of like challenges and struggles like everybody else. I'm not happy and great all the time. It has been something great, and I wanted to make this video for a while just because the past 4 years have been really important in shaping who I've become today and how I've grown, I think. And it's all very exciting. So if you have subscribed, thank you, I love you very much, and if you've watched any of my videos, thank you, that's very sweet. If you haven't, I'd love for you to subscribe. I don't post, like, I'm very irregular with that because I'm just all over the place all the time, but you know. But I would love it if you would subscribe and watch my videos. If not, whatever. Thanks for watching. This is very awkward. I don't usually talk to my camera like this. I don't usually talk about serious stuff like this that often. Probably will never do it again on this channel. But if you stuck around until the end, thank you so much for watching. I love you all. Bye. Oh God. Oh, this gives me anxiety.